Good morning. Phil James did a video regarding children in Vancouver that were coming off what looked to be like a tour bus, all masked with the military, pretending like they were protecting these children. Well, that particular person that was in that video was the same person that went down to um, Venezuela and, you know, took out people, destroyed lives. Um, so we do have a drug problem across America, across the world. But this was all started by a very corrupt government. Um, because these doctors that were in bed with these government officials, a lot of them aren't even really doctors, they've just got a certificate on their wall, were handing out opiates like candy, handing out Adderall, handing out, methadone, all kinds of things that are really terrible for people, and then cutting them off. So the drug addict now has to go to the street pharmaceuticals, which, our government was guarding the poppy fields to bring in the heroin. I mean, that's a known fact. Um, because, they target people that are creative, people that have, um, a lot of, critical free thinking. They want to get them so drugged up that they forget about their creativity, because these criminals have no creativity. Look at the buildings that they build, they're all just square boxes. This is why I say that the Tartarian buildings were ugly, because basically they were square boxes with a little bit of artwork on them, because the buildings that were here once upon a time were unimaginable. They were beautiful. um, so, like if we look at Rhode Island with all of the mansions that were there, all these marble mansions. Well, they didn't bring this marble across the sea. The marble was here, and they mined the crap out of this world, out of the United States, because we are a very old country, to build these marble structures. But people always say, well, who built them? Well, they've been altering DNA for a long time. So there was giants here that were doing their work, and they were very muscular in structure to be able to do this work. But as far as having a lot of brain cells, they were not. Um, they were more like Bubbas. They could do the heavy lifting, but they, you know, weren't able to critically think, because they've been genetically altering people for a long time. Um, so they needed worker bees, just like they always do. When you think about these people that own these giant mansions, well, they need a staff of 50 or more people to run these places, because, one person can't clean a house the size of what these elites have. So they've always needed slaves, and that's basically what humanity is. This is why people get, mad when I say something about abortions. Well, you're bringing someone into this world just to be a slave to the criminals. Um, because these people are criminals. They just feed on our energy. They feed on our um, sadness. They always want to keep us in some kind of drama, because they like that shit. Because you can't tell me that a loving parent of the universe would want to see the children skinned alive, work in radium factories where their skin's basically burning. Um, you just can't tell me that a loving creator thinks that what has happened here is okay. All the pedophilia, all of the sexual perversion of this world. It's disgusting. So, I don't buy that video for a second. And I think a lot of these children have been drugged and they're on, you know, they're just kind of following the herd, and they're masked up because if they're masked up, you can't see them, you know, crying out for help, because they've done this before, just like with the foundlings, just like with the orphan trains. These people are diabolical, and people really need to wrap their head around just how diabolical these people are. All right, have a good day.